Okay folks, this is a tiny piece. I don't know how this one's going to work. It's going to be a challenging one, potentially. Okay, let's see what we have here. It is a tiny little V-dub sticker. I think it's a sticker. I don't know where it came from and why it's so fucking small. And where does it come from? Like, you'd think it was on a VW, like a combi van, but it's so fucking small. It's like a badge, a tiny little badge. I'm going to try and make it into a movement piece. No, it's probably too small for that to make it easier. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Where it came from, a toy perhaps? Merchandise? And that's come up looking quite interesting. Not quite what I'm after. Looks a bit minimalist. I'm going to make it, maybe just do it as a still piece to start with, and then I'll turn it into a movement piece. I might drop a sheet of paper behind it. Actually, I won't. I'll leave it black. Yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting. Maybe we can push it closer to the middle. Maybe colour it, lighten it off. Yeah, that's come up looking quite a treat. It's not straight bang in the middle, but it might be alright like that. I do think we're going to make this into a movement piece, maybe, or maybe a still piece. I might make it a still piece. It's a hard choice to make, folks, with these, what I'm doing. But yeah, we all know VW, Volkswagen, or Volkswagen. I think the Germans like to pronounce it because that's how they pronounce it. Volkswagen. People's car. I think that's what it translates from. Yeah, that's come up looking quite a treat, actually. So far, so good. So we're going to just try and cut it into a piece like that. And hopefully it'll look really nice. People's car. Volkswagen. Let's see how we go with this. Yeah, I could have learned German at school, but I didn't think I needed to when I was young. I found I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway because I've got problems with my memory. When I was born, folks, I was born with a cord around my neck and I came out feet first. In other words, they call it the breech position. And being a breech birth with a quarter on my neck, I ended up with brain damage, which has impacted my life. It's prevented me from enjoying school. I was always treated like, because it's not been diagnosed, it seems as if people don't notice this problem. You'd probably notice it if I was in a classroom and you could see me struggling to learn, but basically most people don't notice that I've got a problem, and really it's quite annoying because, it's really, at school it was really difficult, and I just got really, the teachers treated me like I was a troublemaker, and I got branded a bit of a troublemaker in my school days, and it was really just so horrible. I do also believe I have high functioning autism as well. That also has not been diagnosed, and that would have caused much of the teasing and bullying that I got. But back in my school days, I can't hold it against them because there wasn't a diagnosis for high functioning autism or Asperger's syndrome. But I do consider it not a problem now because I'm working on my TV campaign as a photocopier artist, and I consider my high functioning autism, even though it's not been formally diagnosed, I consider it an asset because it helps keep me going and keep me performing hard and fast at this shit. And I really need to keep my mind on the job, and this is the kind of condition. It's Easter now, and I haven't even been thinking. I do get lonely, folks, I must admit. My high functioning autism is extremely mild, so it would be hard for a lot of professionals to find it. I did have an appointment with a clinical psychologist regarding this, and he reckoned I wasn't even on the spectrum. So I'm going to go eventually I'm hoping to go for a second opinion with a well-known expert on the topic. His name is, what's his name? Tony Atwood. Tony Atwood. He's an extremely well-known professional when it comes to Asperger's and autism spectrum disorders. And I do need him to give me that second opinion. I think my condition's too mild for the average clinical psychologist like the one I saw. But it would really put my mind at ease if I could have an actual diagnosis for a form of closure to make me feel like, because school was really hard and really difficult, and it really hurt my feelings that I was treated like a troublemaker, and I used to be really afraid of this for both the social problems I had and the academic problems, and my brother got teased and bullied as a result of me being teased and bullied, so he hates my guts because of it. So I really need closure. I need fucking closure. I need to know what is wrong and why, and just to have some closure, like anything. I do wonder if I should maybe straighten it up. It looks a bit crooked, but it might be all right like that. But I really miss my partner Luigi. I'm hoping that maybe when I get together with him, I'll get my diagnosis, because I can't afford to see a clinical. Too expensive. I'm not rich. It cost me a lot of money to see this other guy. Not a great deal. I'm not sure how much it would normally cost, but I had one session with him, and it was like $90 for that. And I don't have that kind of money to splash around. I'm trying to get myself on the 6 o'clock news. I'm trying to get on the Channel 9 news to get in touch with my partner Luigi, and also to showcase my talent as a photocopier artist. I don't want to be a burden on the taxpayer with Centrelink. I have to live on Centrelink, which is the disability support pension I'm getting, and I also have to work in an Australian disability enterprise because, in other words, hey, a sheltered workshop, folks, in another name, and it really is not paying me enough money to get me by as much as I'd like to, and I just want to be recognised for what I can do and not what I can't do. And I want to get on with my brother and my father. My father hates my art as well. My brother hates my art, and I really need to get recognised so I can make money and make peace with my family as well, especially my dad and my brother. I get along well with my mum, but even she doesn't believe in the art that I do. She thinks it's costing me too much, which, hey, yeah, it does. Just face it, folks, it's expensive what I'm doing, but I have to do it. It's my talent. I'm not going to let my talent go to waste. And that's come up looking quite interesting. I do wonder if I need to do a switcheroo, or maybe I could leave it like that. I might do a switcheroo, but basically I don't want to focus on my disability, especially my intellectual disability. I want to focus on what I can do and what the Asperger's gets me to do. The Asperger's makes me brilliant at this, and that's probably why people don't notice the low functioning parts of my brain slipping me up, is because they see the high functioning parts, but these high functioning parts are being let down by the low functioning bits, and I want to get recognised for what I can do and not what I can't do. And that's up to Channel 9 to do it, and that's come up really nice. It's really come up a treat. I think we can now call this demo. Actually, a message to Channel 9, okay? I don't want to be a taxpayer's burden anymore. I really want to go off Centrelink. I want to no longer have to work in what effectively is a sheltered workshop. And I want to get in touch with my lost partner. It's Easter time and I'm all alone, and I'm not with my friend and my partner Luigi, who I want to marry. I'm 50 years old. I just turned 50 on my own. I'm not impressed. So if you can play my material, Channel 9, I'll get off Centrelink, and if I can start turning over money in my art, I'll be really happy. Okay? Gotta go. That's brilliant.